Welcome to Fitness Focus with Chau Hybrids podcast, where we talk about any and everything that's fitness related. We speak to trainers, competitors, managers, everyone. And today we have trainer and bikini fitness competitor and winner, Terri-Ann JJ Cameron. Welcome, Terri-Ann. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me here. Much appreciated.
Not a problem at all. Thank you for coming out. And interestingly enough, I was telling you that I looked through a person's social media and sort of thing, and I got a few questions. And while we were chatting, so much more came up that I'm actually really looking forward to this conversation.
Yes.
First of all, you're a fit chick, to use it term loosely,
yeah.
right? You've been, and this isn't something that just started. This isn't something that you happen upon in your adult life. This is something you've been doing since school days. So I want you to just briefly take us through your fitness journey from football to now.
All right. Well, first to begin, when before I started secondary school, I was a bit chubby, right? So when I started secondary school, I said, well, I want to get into whatever activities they have because I want to lose weight. I want to be nice and slim, So fitness wasn't really on my mind. I just wanted to lose weight, right? Like a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
So I joined the football team in Form 1, and they had like aerobics and stuff too. So I joined those things as well. So when I started football, the training was very tough, right? Because I had, right? I think training was like 2-3 times a week, depending on if we had games or whatever. And I had Richard Hood as my coach. I don't know if you all know about Richard Hood, but he was very, very tough, a police officer. And actually it had a lot of persons from my class who joined as well. It was so tough, they ended up leaving the team, dropping out, and I ended up being the only person. So, tough training wasn't something that was unknown to me, right? Training till you feel to vomit, that sort of thing, right? So after I played all the way up until Form 6 for Providence, right? And then from there, I was looking for something to do because I did not want to really join a club because by that time, I actually had a number of injuries, right? From football. So,
again, as happens.
Right? So like my 2 ankles were busted, my knee, my lower back, that sort of thing. So I really didn't want to go into like a club, because of those things.
To just get more injuries.
Right. So even though I loved it, but so to keep fit, I started running around Savannah with my cousin and doing whatever exercises I know from football, from training.
Right.
And funny enough, during football training, my coach used to be like, you all need to join a gym to help with the fitness and all that. I was like, me, I never go and join no gym. I don't need to join no gym. I get all the training I need to get here, And I couldn't afford gym after, so that's why I was going to Savannah. And then actually my mother, she was going to one day, what they call like an iron gym, an old kind of gym.
Gym with all iron,
right?
No fancy equipment and just piece of steel bar and some old iron
and it's hot as hell and it's hot as hell, right? So you're all sweated. So she started going, she's like, Terry, you want to come with me? So I was like, fine. So I started training with her, and then from there my same cousin, he started going to the gym, so I started to go with him. Eventually I started work and make money and all that, and as the years progressed with training, probably a few years, my boyfriend was like, Terry, well, I went to a couple shows actually. First, I went to the Sport World, I went to the National Federation shows, and I was like, wow, these girls are really good. I don't know how they could go on stage because, the crowd could be very critical too, right? So I was like, kudos to them. And I was like, I don't think I could ever do something like that. But then as the years progressed, I say, well, not the years, but like a year or so, boyfriend's like, Terry, I feel you going and do that, because when I training.
Yeah.
Right? So, and it was when you went to, like, I ended up getting sponsors, but it wasn't my sponsors then. Body Glue, Anton, he came up to me and he asked me, hey, you interested in competing? If you're interested, I will. No, wait, sorry. That was after. Right, so I decided to compete before he sponsored me. And I decided when I wanted to compete that I will go to the best person who I know to train me, which was Lawrence Marshall.
Marshall, of course.
Right?
Of course. You know, we did a feature on him, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll let you know, after you finish your story, I'll tell you a little bit.
Right. May his soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
Before I started with Lawrence, I was like, you know, Terry, this guy is tough. Right? Because he don't talk to nobody in the gym, only the persons he train. But I was like, I accustomed to a tough coach. So I wouldn't have a problem with him. Right? So I had conversations with him. He told me what he's about, no nonsense. If he's hard on me, it's not personal, it's just that he wants the best for me, that sort of thing. So I was like, okay, no problem, we'll do it. Because I don't take things personally. Retraining, right? So that first year I competed in Sport World, I won that year, right? And that was something I was very surprised because I didn't go into it to win. I just went in it to challenge myself, you know, because to me that's the greatest gift when you're competing, to see that progress and that change and to accomplish something, even though it's tough, you know. So that's basically how I started competing from there, and then after that is just a next show and a next show, and then I end up getting sponsorship from Body Glue, so
Right.
you know.
So from there, somewhere along this whole journey, you decided, you know what, I'm gonna start to train people.
Right.
What brought about that decision?
Well, you know, people, they see you competing, they see you on stage, and they want to achieve certain goals. Not to that extent necessarily, but they want to lose weight, they want to be fit, you know. And then too, they see the way I eat. This is people close to me and stuff like that, and people who know me, and they were just always asking, so you go and train me, you could train me. And I'm like, no, I can't do that, I'm not qualified for that. And I wouldn't train somebody, even though I have knowledge on training, different types of training, because aside from the bodybuilding, I know I had the football type of training, and I did aerobics. Also participated in the Hot 93 burnout a year, and I won that. So, you know, I have different types of fitness, you know, levels.
Very fitness background.
Right.
Yeah.
I still didn't want to train anybody without, you know, having that certification. So that's when I was like, okay, people keep asking, fine. And I want to help all people because I see so much people training and doing wrong things. And I just like literally cringe on the inside. So it was either that or I just kind of look away. Because, you know, not everybody would take suggestions.
I myself sometimes find myself having to turn my back to
Yeah.
certain people when I'm in the gym and whatever.
Yeah, and then, you know, sometimes maybe out of the goodness of your heart, you try to help someone and they're like, who's you to talk to me, kind of way. And worse yet is you're female, you know, they may not like that.
Yeah.
So I went and got certified in order to help persons because I also see trainers, I don't know, nothing on anybody, but some trainers that just give like a free for all. You get a one menu for everybody, and not everybody is the same, right? So all of that, I wanted to be knowledgeable in that area.
But I won't.
Right. I mean, because you see it so much, and the thing is, trainers like that though, they turn off people from training in the gym. I hear it all the time. It's like, I had a bad experience with this trainer. I don't want no trainer. I don't trust. I don't want to go to the gym, and that's unfortunate because there's so much that you could do if given the right guidance. You know what I mean? And then, I don't know, nutrition.
That actually was my next question. If you want to talk about it, you decided to not just stick with training when you got certified. You got a nutrition certificate also. And I'm wondering, why did you decide to do that? And and I think this is particularly important. What do you see as the tie-ins between nutrition and fitness?
Right. Well, I decided to do nutrition because, I mean, you could train as hard as you want, and if it is you're not eating properly, you're not going to see no big progress. No.
You can't out-train a bad diet.
Right, right. That is true. Unless, I mean, they have the persons, obviously, that are the exceptions, that they just have good genetics, right? But at the end of the day, too, you're putting your body through, for lack of a better word, a beating, right? Because when you're training, you're breaking down, certain parts of your muscles and all of that. And you need to fuel your body, right? You need to, it's like, your body is like a working factory, and you need to keep fueling that factory to keep working properly. You don't want to, like the machines, you have to service the machines, otherwise it will break down. This kind of way. So that's why I did nutrition. Without fitness, you can't have nutrition. They both go together.
Correct. What I want to do now is you're going to take a look at a little video collage that you gave me of you training clients as well as you training, right?
Right.
Right. So I want to know what your general approach is when training clients.
Okay, so when I'm going to train someone, first thing I do is I sit down and I have a little interview with them. Right, so I talk to them to find out their lifestyle as it is right now, their eating habits, their sleeping habits, their activity levels, any injuries, any allergies, basically like a whole picture of the client, like a true picture of the client, and what are their goals, right? If they're training for sport or whatever is the case, or if they just want general fitness, right? After that interview, obviously, all my clients will have their own profile. I will put them through, on a next separate occasion, I will put them through some various exercises to see their fitness level, their flexibility, and stuff like that. Based on that and based on their goals, then I will come up with a program for their what they would like to achieve, and based on their abilities, right? So I will set out a program for the month, and I will send it to them. I will have it as well, so they will know what to expect when every training session. So I usually do 3 to 4 days a week, depending on how the client, when they're available, if you're available for the 3 or the 4 days, right? If it is, let's say, we're in the gym, I also would take their measurements, right? So we can mark their progress and some pictures, right? Before we start. If while we're in the gym training and we have, like, let's say, a schedule to do for, let's say, legs, let's say, squats and lunges or whatever, but we go to the gym and the squat rack is full, not available, I will move on to something else. I will do something that I wouldn't waste time waiting for it to become available. I'll do something that's similar to it, and month by month we mark the progress and we make changes to suit. So that's basically.
Cool. So there was something you brought up that I kind of wanted to talk about. You talked about going on stage and whatever, and you said your boyfriend said you're going into this, but what was the catalyst to make you finally decide to agree with your boyfriend that you're going to end up on stage doing this? It's Bikini Fitness.
Right. It was just, I like challenges. So I was like, it wasn't like a quick decision, huh? It was, I sat down and I really thought about the pros and the cons. I didn't only speak to him, I spoke with my family members as well and close friends because they know me. Right, and again, as I say, it was a challenge, and after all considerations and the support that I got from everybody, and the faith that they had that I could do it. If it's something that you want to do, you go, we will support you. That made me go into, because I didn't go into it expecting anything. I just went into it as a challenge to see what would come from me. But I just had in my mind the best trainer, right? Because to me, it makes, if you're doing something, do it right.
Yeah, a lot of people who would definitely agree with you, and quite honestly, I've never trained with him, but from talking to people, I think I'd probably agree with you too.
Yeah. I mean, I cry already, but during training with him, but it's all good,
Funny enough, from everybody I've spoken to about him, he may have been hard and whatever during training, but he was really quite a teddy bear otherwise.
Yeah. Like, you know, once you get used to him and stuff like that, you understand him, and he's just a sweetie pie. He's like my next daddy.
So, you said you won your very first competition ever, but again, you're no stranger to winning because you said you entered the Hot 93 burnouts and you won. Were there any other competitions you participated in and maybe won or otherwise?
No, not like those individual. Well, I mean, like little small, nothing really to talk of. I mean, you know, like if somebody have like a little random like plan competition, that kind of thing, you know, but nothing big like, let me say, the official Hot 93
So what's your
burnouts
record
and stuff.
in planking?
I don't know, but it seemed like a day. It was probably just 2 minutes, but I don't know how long that was. I honestly, it
Anything
was long.
above 45 seconds is...
Yeah, it was longer than that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand how difficult a plank can actually be until their very first time doing one. And then they wonder what fresh hell is this.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, as we talking about, I remember I did represent where I work in Carafin. I was Miss for Citizens, so we had like a whole competition to determine who would be the person, and I won that. So I represented, the bank at Carafin Games in 2013.
And how
I
did
think.
you do?
Well, that was since 2013. I think I didn't win the whole overall thing, but I probably came like second or third or something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
So my next question is back to the Bikini Fitness. Almost everybody I know, in fact before you, everybody I know who competes in any category of bodybuilding, it either has or is going for their pro card, but you told me you're not.
Yeah.
How come?
Well, I would just say competing is a tough thing, right? Mentally as well as physically, right? And it not only affects you, it affects persons directly around you as well, right? Because, I mean, when it comes down closer to the day that you're competing, I love it, right? But when it comes down closer to the day that you're competing, you'll be under so much stress. You know, and it is also, aside from that, it's expensive, right? The reason why I said to I wouldn't, that's not my goals, because my goals in life has changed now, right? My first competition was 2014, right? We're in 2022.
8 years later.
Right? So, I mean, I know it have persons my age that still competes and stuff like that, and even older. Kudos to them.
We actually have one around my age who is prepping for competition right now. Fiona Branca.
Right. Yeah, I mean, as I say, kudos to them. But it's just not where my life goals is right now. You know, I just want to maintain, I just want to be fit, right? Be healthy, maintain a healthy lifestyle, help those where I can, and live my life.
So does that mean you will not be gracing the stage anymore?
For now, I don't want to say anything in concrete because next thing you know, I say that because like how I said I will never compete, and then I boom, I end up competing. So I don't want to say anything, you know.
If one day the vibe catches you,
exactly,
you just be like,
right?
All right, cool. Next competition is in 6 months. I'm gonna prep for it.
Yeah, because that's the kind of person I am. Like if I just pick up on the vibe, I'll like, all right, cool. And if I could get someone. Because even though I'm knowledgeable, you always need someone to push you. Because you would train hard, right? Because I always train hard. Like, I'll be in the gym, and I will be dying. And I'll be watching other people, and they're looking normal. I'll be like, am I doing something wrong? Right? But you still always need someone to push you. So if I have someone like that I could trust, because as Lawrence is not here anymore, then fine.
As a trainer myself, I will say that I agree with you 100% because so first of all, I have a client who is convinced every workout I'm trying to kill myself. Because normally I would work out with her. She's a client, she's been with me for some years, so I don't necessarily need to monitor every movement. So I'm free to train while I'm training
Right.
her, but I just keep a glance and keep an eye
Yeah,
on
make
her,
sure
right?
she's fine, yeah.
And she, same thing, she's fine and I'm dying. And like, the most amazing thing when you're training yourself is after you come this close to death, after you practically knock on death's door, you sit up and you're like, I just did this to myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You know,
just have
it's-
thoughts like that.
It's
I was like, gosh, boy, Terry, you really wanted this? Why you? Like on the outside, I'm like, but on the inside, I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, why am I doing this? So yeah.
But yes, it is for a greater good for your health, for your all for your benefits.
Also
you
your
know?
mental health too. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It feels so good when
You
you're
have
getting
like
a good
bad day
session.
and you just go
Yeah.
and you do some heavy squats or deadlifts or something like that, and everything just seems better.
Yeah, it's like, ah, yes. Or even just going in the gym and you're training, you're just like, yes, I'm home. You know,
Yeah,
it's a form of therapy.
I was saying it like this. I think it's because of how involved it is in that one mistake in the gym could lead to injury. So everything else no longer matters. It's just you and the weights, you
Yeah.
and the treadmill, you and the bike, you and the whatever, because you have to put focus into it to make sure that you are there and present for your own safety.
Yeah.
I think that
You have to
being
stay
able to
focused.
blank out the rest of the world, in addition to the dopamine boosts and all of that stuff, you know, but then the ability to blank out the rest of the world and just focus on this singular thing makes a huge difference, you know.
And that you get to connect with yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because you're so focused on what you're doing, and you should always have a plan, even if it's not set in stone. You should always have an idea what you're going to do and what it is you want to achieve.
Yep.
You know,
Agreed,
so
agreed,
that's
agreed.
that's a good way of connecting with you. That's your time.
What we are going to do now, we're going to take a short interlude. We're going to take a look at one of our videos that we are using to kind of promote our magazine. So, take it away, Annie.
Have I ever been a victim of body shaming? I would say recently, as I've gotten into fitness, especially in the Caribbean.
Have I been a victim of body shaming? Yes, I have.
Have I ever been a victim of body shaming? Definitely yes.
I have been a victim of body shaming.
I have been a victim of body shaming, especially when I was pregnant.
Do pregnant women face body shaming or other types of ignorance?
Yes, I have been a victim of body shaming.
I have been a victim of body shaming.
Yeah, I've been a victim of body shaming quite often.
Interesting thing about body shaming is it doesn't take any one form.
I have been a victim of body shaming throughout my life, really.
Have I ever been a victim of body shaming? Yes.
Welcome back to Fitness Focus with Chau and our wonderful guest, Terri-Ann JJ Cameron. So what we just took a look at is a little video talking about our special collector's edition annual magazine, The Hybrid Body, where we feature athletes, competitive and non-competitive athletes, in tasteful nude photos, and the whole goal is to speak out against body shaming, because the goal is, and well, here's a little here's our magazine. Some of you are familiar with this already because, you know, I talk about it every week, you know, but the goal is to allow people to know that even those of us who are fit, who are healthy, who are in the gym, who are working out at home, even we face body shaming on some level or the other.
Definitely.
And even though it may not be the same, we do not stand for body shaming, so we're making a stance against body shaming with this. If you really want a copy, you can contact us, you can contact any of the models, you can get a copy that way. And I want to know what your views on this magazine and our stance are.
I think it's a good idea to show the different, because even though in the magazine there are lots of fit persons in it, You see different shapes and different types of bodies based on the different athletes and stuff like that. And as you rightly said, we also face body shaming. I faced a lot of it when I was competing and stuff like that, and it's from other women. You know, you get it mainly from, because you're like, nobody like no woman looking hard like that, and you know, they didn't understand the effort and the sacrifice you're making to accomplish a certain goal.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know why, but there's this big misconception that once you start to train, you're going to look like a man. You understand? And I just laugh when I hear people saying that, but I just tell myself, you know what, Terry, these people are just not educated. They just don't know what they speak about.
I love the fact that you've said it is a misconception, because a lot of people think exactly that. Pick up 2 10-pound dumbbells and boom, muscles.
Exactly,
you know,
right?
And it's like, here's the thing, that a lot of people don't understand. Because women are genetically different from men, largely because of the hormone differences. Women do not have as much testosterone as men, for example. It is a lot harder for women to, 1, burn fat, and 2, build muscle. That's why I would always say any woman who does what Terry did, hats off, because I know that you have to put a lot more effort into it than I do to get there. So picking up a little weights, even lifting heavy, is not going to make you look like a man, whatever that is. You know? But a lot of people still have that misconception, and as a result, any people like Terry, when competing, during competition prep and all of that, get a lot of ridiculous negative comments about it. And at the end of the day, you know what? Here's my opinion on it. If this is not your preference, that's okay. Everybody's entitled to a preference. But it's not okay to try to make somebody else feel bad about not fitting your image.
Exactly.
You know?
And that's why the magazine, that was a good idea that you came up with.
So let's move on. You did your football, you did your aerobics, you got into the gym, you got up on stage, and now you are boxing.
Yeah.
Good boy. I like how that sounded. Like this is a new love for Terry. A new love. This is something she is enjoying thoroughly. But what brought you to it?
Well, my boyfriend again. He actually used to train with Terri-Ann MMA. So you just say, you know, Terry, you want to do some boxing and stuff like that, as a different form of exercise. And not only that, like he wanted me, even while he was in Terri-Ann, he wanted me to join the Krav Maga class, just so that I could defend myself.
Right.
It comes to anything, you know. But I never joined because I was like, I don't want nobody hitting my face. I don't want to.
From football,
I know, right?
Dive into deliberate injuries now.
Exactly. So so that's how I started. So every week I have my gloves, and we have our own little stuff, and we train twice a week, every week. And I like it's a great form of cardio. It teaches you, you know, to extent how to defend yourself, you know, kind of way. We haven't reached to grappling and all them things. I don't know if I'm ready for that, but but I wouldn't mind.
We have a video of you doing some boxing training here. So my question for you is, do you think you'll ever step inside the ring?
No.
That was quick.
Yeah, because as I said, I like it as a next form of exercise and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't want to get hit in my face because I might get angry. I wouldn't be like, oh my God. I wouldn't be like that. I would get angry. So I don't want to, you know, to be like that.
So I like this boyfriend of yours. He seems to be an instigator for good.
Well,
get you up on stage, get you into boxing.
You'll be happy to hear you saying these things.
Yeah, you're an instigator for good, man. You're an instigator for good.
Yeah, I mean, I just generally like my fitness to be all-rounded. I don't want to be like in one bracket. So that's why I like to try different things. So like now I also do bike riding as well. Nothing big like through the forest and something. Nothing like that. It's just,
I was about
normal.
to say we could have introduced you to our season 2 episode 1 guest Maria Gooding, but she bikes through the bush.
Yeah,
you know, she's a mountain biker, a damn good one. She teaches it and everything like that. You know?
I ain't reached that.
But,
Yeah,
she is through the bush.
Right. No, I just like I think it's also relaxing and stuff like that. And
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I like outdoors, but I don't want to like go through the forest kind of thing. Because I'm also, even though I do all these things, I'm also very clumsy. So let's avoid getting, I'll just say, further injuries.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to land on your face.
Yeah.
You know. So as I said at the very start, you're a fit chick, but you're much more than that. You have a regular day job, and you recently finished your degree. My big question is, and it's a degree in infotech too, not something that's easy. And you only do training, where you only train clients and stuff part-time because of everything else you do. My big question is, how do you balance it all?
Well, I try not to take on more than I can handle because when I'm doing personal training, it's just that. It's personal training. This is your time. That's just for you. I wouldn't have 2 and 3 other persons that training at the same time. So because of that, I only probably will have 3-4 clients max, right? And because I also have to have time for myself to train, because I don't want to be training persons and then I'm not getting to train. Right? So I recently started, because I only now start back training, and because of school and all that. And I also started doing something in work on an afternoon after work with some persons from work, if they're interested. That would be like the general group cardio and group training with body resistance and stuff like that. Because persons were asking me, Terry, could you do something for us or whatever? So I offer that for just an hour after work. So I have the rest of the afternoon when I get clients to train them, So basically it's just about knowing what you can handle and taking on that, because you don't want also to not give your best self to your client, So it's just about that.
So what, outside of that, what are your other ambitions? You said you're not planning to step on stage, but you want to start riding, and so fitness and non-fitness related. What other ambitions do you have?
Right now, fitness-wise, I'm trying to get back up my fitness levels because, as I said, I wasn't really training as much because of school. I mean, I was training every now and again, so you might see me in the gym, and then they mightn't see me for like 2 weeks or something. So presently, I'm just trying to get back my fitness levels. Right. I want to do more stretching and stuff like that because, as I get older, right? Right. So some more stretching, because that's also important to training as well, right? Because stretching is also very important. So that's fitness-wise, just general fitness. I don't have any competition or any goals with that. Non-fitness-wise, as I say, I now finished, complete my degree, so I'm focusing on, probably getting a higher position within the organization. And just giving, right? Just putting my best foot forward, and taking care of myself, So that's basically it.
Cool. Did we show the pictures of Terry on stage? We showed them, all right, cool. Okay. Yeah, just kind of wants to do that. Now we're going to get into the little, I told you about the question and answer, rapid fire, right?
So you have questions? People have questions for me.
You're afraid?
No.
This into something we affectionately call the last rep.
You know, the last rep is struggle, eh? Once you say last rep, it's pressure.
It is the last push, you know, is a little, you know.
Okay, no problem, no problem. I'll try my best.
Cool, so you ready?
Yeah.
You sure?
Not really, but there you go.
Okay, you know, second time I think somebody say they're not ready, but that's alright. Most people say they're ready, and then on the first question, they go silent.
Well, let's hope it's the opposite.
So, what's your favorite junk food?
Pizza.
You see, nice and easy. When you say they're not ready, they're ready. I like that one. Squats or deadlifts?
Squats.
Legs or chest when waking up?
Legs. I even do chest.
You like me. If you're feeling down, you are in a bad mood, and you need a little pick-me-up, what's your go-to exercise?
Oh, that one. Abs.
If you can train with or be trained by one person in the world, who would that fantasy workout partner or trainer be?
Oh gosh, that's a tough one. Oh, Ashley Coltwasser. I like Ashley.
She's what, a trainer?
No, she's a Bikini Fitness Pro athlete.
She's somebody you admire.
She win a lot of Olympiads.
Right, so
Yeah.
that's somebody you would love to train with.
And she also looked very fun too, a little crazy. So
Well, crazy is
I like
always
it.
good.
Right, right.
I mean, sanity is overrated, right?
I know, right? And she was a gymnast as well too.
Oh,
so
serious?
yeah, she's very nice. Well, at least from what I see. I don't know, I never met her, but yeah.
What is your favorite workout music?
It depends on what I'm doing, you know. Because like if I doing legs, I'll probably listen to some dancehall, like if I squatting and stuff like that. If I doing back or whatever, I'll probably listen to some dubstep, you know. And it also depends on my mood. So if I'm doing soca, if I'm doing cardio, I'll probably listen to some soca. But music could kill you though when you're training because you're so into the music. It's like, yeah, just want to keep going.
Yeah, because you know you associated dancehall with squatting, right? And
Yeah.
all I could think of is, you know, you have the bar on your back and you squat down and you hear a particular song. How do you stop yourself from, you know, starting to workouts on the gym floor? Would have, you know, I'm kidding.
But sometimes I do dance a little bit in the gym. People probably think I'm crazy.
In between sets.
Yeah, in between
Don't worry.
sets, yeah.
I do the same.
Yeah. And it's a form of, you know, not you being like, oh, I'm so tired and I just want to go home, this kind of way. You're enjoying yourself. Even though you're probably about to die, you'll enjoy yourself a little bit before, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Question, cardio or weights?
That's a tough one. Because I like both. I'll say weights.
Okay. What is your favorite sport to play? And this includes football, it includes everything.
Anything else?
Yeah, that you've been through.
Well, I like football. So I'll say football because basketball and those things, while I may want to play it, I really can't. So I would stick with what I could do.
Hey, everybody starts somewhere, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind learning.
Yeah.
Also like dragon boat as well. I did dragon boat for a short time.
We know a few people involved in dragon boats, so.
Yeah. You just have to wake up early in the morning, but once you get past that, you know, because I'm a night person. I'm not a morning person.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
So as somebody who's graced the stage, protein supplements or diets?
I say both. Both.
They both have their role.
Yeah.
Right. And the last question, the most important question, the question that is, you know, most challenging for many. You ready for it?
Yeah, sure, shoot.
TV or cinema?
TV.
Why TV?
Because to go see somebody, I like get ready and go. Yeah, phone clothes. It depends on the show that you're watching too. So
Right.
like if it's, you know, they have those movies that you just have to go and see it on a big screen with surround sound, you know.
Yeah, the special effects
Yeah.
and the full effect and all
Yeah,
that
but
stuff,
but
yes.
I'm like I'm a home girl. I will sit down, you know.
Before we finish, do actually have one question. Anderson, can you put up the social media for her? But somebody did ask, Robert Castellano. Thank you for tuning in, Robert, and Deborah Cuthbert. Thank you guys for tuning in, and the others who are not yet to be identified. But how can persons contact you for training, and what is your availability to take on new clients?
Okay, well, I have my Instagram page.
As you can see there, it's Terri-Ann.
Yeah, so you could just message me there and I'll respond. Right? Right now, I am taking on clients, but as I would have indicated before, I don't, I can't take on plenty.
Right.
So it's like a first come, first serve basis kind of thing. So I probably have room for like 2 more persons.
So Robert, my advice to you, sir, is to get on Instagram and contact her right away before those 2 slots are filled, because this is somebody who won again her very first time on stage, and she won. So, this is not a trainer that you want to let pass you by. All right. So we have had, as I expected, a very pleasant chat, very interesting chat. And I would once again like to thank you for coming out today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this. Thanks to everyone who has tuned in, everyone who participated. Ooh, what's the age group, by the way?
Of what? People
Your
are trained?
clients, yeah.
I don't really have a particular age group, to be honest.
Cool. So if I have a 1-year-old, no, I'm kidding. I'm messing with you. But yes, any age group, you're all welcome to contact Terri-Ann. Maybe why Terri-Ann?
Somebody called me that a time and it just stuck. And they call me Terra, and I just went, okay, I want to get 2, like 2 now. So. No big science in it.
But yes, thank you, Terri-Ann JJ Cameron. I like JJ.
I have a long name, so I just put the initials.
But thank you again, Terri-Ann, for joining us. Of course, we're going to have this weekly, so you'll tune in hopefully next week. Next week we actually have a really interesting guest. And that's it. Thanks to all who tuned in. Lovely Terry, great job, man, from Deborah Cuthbert.
That's my auntie.
That's your auntie? Hi, auntie. All right, folks, that's it for us for this week. Tune in next week. We are actually having our second international guest, all the way from New York, Haitian American Judine St. Gerard. She's a trainer. She's been doing fitness videos. She has her own YouTube channel and all of that stuff. I can guarantee you that it'll be extremely interesting, and she's one of my very close personal friends also. So I look forward to next week, and I hope to have you all join me again next week. See you then.